Hi, today I would like to provide you with an update on the development of the research data management system within the INF project. According to the suggested agenda for these talks, let's start with publications. Here is the list of RDMS related papers that have been published so far. Some other work is in progress, therefore we expect this list to get longer. Here you can see the list of tasks that have been completed since the last report. I would not dwell on the gray bullet points, that is the infrastructure questions and the API which were completed earlier, as they are of limited interest and can be discussed within INF and A0506. So let's proceed. Some of you probably noticed the blue NFDI login button next to the Google button in the login form. Thanks to the collaboration with IAM for NFDI, which is a part of Base for NFDI, we've integrated the NFDI infrastructure proxy, which enables us to use authentication services offered by international universities. Hopefully, all of you already have accounts. Therefore, there is the procedure for how you can associate your RDMS account with your institutional account. First of all, after authorization, you should click on the email in the upper right corner of the screen to change your account settings. After that, click on the external logins link and press the NFDI login button. After this, you should select Helmholtz ID and your university, which will check your credentials. By following the instructions, you will associate your institutional identity with your RDMS identity. It finally means that in the best case, you can log in to RDMS either by using your login password, the Google button, or NFDI login button. But please don't mess up. There is no need to create a new account, but to rather associate the already existing one with a new login option. To enable collaboration with colleagues external to the CRC, a new access level called Partner has been introduced. As you can see, it's positioned between public and protected access levels. As you may recall, protected is the default access level inherited from the project folder when an object is created, which grants access to users belonging to the users group. External partner users, in addition to belonging to the users group, must also have so-called partner claim, which effectively restricts their rights to objects with an access level public and partner. Thus, to work with external partners who are not members of the CRC, the partner access level should be used. Among the important new types that have been added are XPS CSV and related type surface composition. As is evident, this was done to distinguish volume composition objects from surface composition ones. To further eliminate ambiguity, the composition type whose objects were created during the import of EDX data has been renamed to volume composition. The good news is that the configuration changes were minimal. For the new XPS CSV type, the same validators and data loaders are used as for EDX CSV. The only difference lies in the types of child objects created by RDMS according to the configuration. For EDX is the type 8, and for XPS CSV it is the type 125 surface composition. And the cherry on the top is, of course, the integration of data by measurement area, which is shown here. This means that after uploading EDX and XPS documents, you can automatically obtain datasets in JSON and in CSV formats containing both volume composition and surface composition. Moreover, using the visualization tools, you can compare this data as illustrated on the figure. It's easy to see that in measurement area 1, the largest difference are observed for aluminum. Another, even more interesting example, where an even greater variety of data are observed, you might find in the demo inf tenant. Another example is the support for documents containing the results of XRD analysis. Here we can see the table listing the phases detected in the corresponding measurement areas. In addition, the functionality for automatic visualization of non-numerical, that is, qualitative data has been implemented. Thus, as shown here, during the upload and processing of files of XRD phase overview type, each measurement area acquires the phases property and the table containing the list of detected phases. It's worth noting that each phase can be represented as a separate object containing a CIF file that describes its crystal structure. In the context of the previous example, one can view the list of child objects for the XRD phase overview object type by using the light gray button for visualizing the graph of related objects. As shown here, the sample and the XRD phase overview objects are linked to the phases they contain. In this context, any phase in the RDMS will include the list of all samples in which it has been found, which can be useful for systematizing and phase overview across different materials libraries. Another good example of an external component extending the capabilities of RDMS is the Tafel slope analysis application. This is an important metric that can be used as a benchmark to evaluate catalyst activity. The application is based on differential Tafel analysis methodology described in the publication from Professor Chulik's group. The application can work with data provided by different potentiostats. Currently 5 different formats are supported. It supports both LSV and CV measurements. In the latter case, the user must select the cycle number as it's shown in the upper right corner. Here are the fragments of the user interface. The Tafel slope is calculated automatically based on the second derivative of current and optimization of the linear fit. The advantage, however, is that the user can use sliders shown here to adjust the potential window size or the potential range for the linear fit, and the program will recalculate the Tafel slope based on the current constraints. Okay, now let's move to the practical part, which concerns most projects. I'm referring to the project page with the description and list of publications. On the slide, you can see the examples for INF. Also note the example from another CRC247. Essentially, setting up the description section is straightforward. So if you are a project creator with the modification rights, you simply click edit button, then click on show more parameters, edit the text in the field and save the description you entered. And after that, it's good to create publications as shown here. Here I would like to encourage you to save in RDMS not only publications, but also any reports or presentations. Remember that ideally each series of experiments should conclude with a report in one form or another. You are already creating presentations and sharing them in our group meetings, so upload them to the database, making them accessible while improving your own statistics and creating a more complete record of information. Regarding the publications, in short, there is a special dedicated type called publication. To add articles, you need to create objects of this type and whenever possible, fill in all the fields provided by the form. A very good example is a publication from the past, which allowed me not only to create its digital twin in RDMS, but also to link the publication to all the data used in it. Note that the article contains a section with sample identifiers used during its preparation, which already existed in the old RDMS. This was like a Christmas gift, really. Thanks to it, I was able to link the publication to all the samples And since documents with data are linked to those samples, there is a graph containing all the data. Obviously, if you create an idea object and similarly link all the relevant samples in the near future, you will have the ability to automatically generate a file containing copies of all documents along with your metadata. This package will be automatically uploaded to Zenodo, for example, with receiving a DOI, which you then will be able to use in your publication. Regarding this, we have planned a hands-on session to give you the opportunity to add a data management plan light to your project, as well as a list of publications. To make this session productive, I've got a small home assignment for you. Please write a brief text describing your data and prepare a list of publications or important literature references. Of course, don't forget to include the DOIs. Then, during the hands-on session, we will complete everything properly. The next steps we plan shown on this slide. Blue color indicates the nearest plans, while gray items show the long-term plans. I believe we can discuss this in detail on site if necessary. Well, that's all for now. Thank you and see you in Rasfeld.